Come hold my heart, come hold my breath, come hold my child before the day forgets.
My children were taken from me in a similar way by 5 police officers, without warning, without preparation. They were 7 and 9. By order of the court, I was not allowed to see or hear from them again. It has been 4 years, and they never got to return home, even to pick up their belongings or to say goodbye.
I have to, survive this to get my kids back. If not, at least they'll know that I tried.
It is Family Court Awareness Month, created to raise public consciousness of a national crisis. For the first time, legislators, experts, journalists, and survivors have gathered from all around the country to recognize this as a national emergency that requires urgent solutions.
I believe Bandy told me that there's been some innovations in Great Britain where they've opened up the family court proceedings and the amount of complaints is diminished by 50% overnight. It's never going to be perfect because we're dealing with imperfect human beings, but we can certainly do a lot better than what we're doing now. Family court it's a tragedy.
In about 31 states. Through my exposure to family court, my clinical work, and my research, I've found that our family court system is severely flawed. Routinely, when allegations of abuse are raised in family court, children are being placed with their abusers.
We know from research that victims of domestic violence face their greatest risk of being harmed, not during the relationship, but after the relationship. In truth, the family court has become the new arena where domestic violence continues. Only now it's legalized.
Well, I think the quickest way for justice is to focus on the science of what's going on. This is about money, and children right now, as we speak, are with their abuser. Absolutely no question. Shockingly, all of the outcomes also align with the abuser. Who has a bigger financial incentive to rewrite history?
I believed what I'd always been told, that the police are there to protect you, and that family court is an institution built to keep children safe. But through the window of the police cruiser, I watched my father laugh with the same officer and court-appointed case manager who had just threatened to send me to juvenile detention and if I refused to endure his abuse. For the first time, I saw the truth of family court a system that would ignore my pleas and profit from my name. Even so, I knew that silence wasn't an option. When I turned 18, I gained access to my records and confirmed that the findings of abuse have been deliberately concealed to protect those responsible. What happened to my family is not an isolated tragedy. Across the country, children are being traumatized by inhumane court orders. Protective parents are being vilified and erased, and the truth is being rewritten to protect those with power.
This cannot stand anymore. The judges and the court-appointed officials know that we are watching them now, and that these things cannot continue to go on and hurt the families in our states.
It is a weaponization of the court against families, against parents. All of this leads me to believe that we have a racketeering case that is ripe for a receptive U.S. attorney. So the court appears to have become captured by what I'm going to call the family court orders industrial complex.
Even good people struggle to work effectively in a system that isn't transparent, consistent, or clearly guided. When that happens, the system stops working correctly and poor practices begin to take hold. In many cases, we are setting families up for failure and children up for a lifetime of trauma and emotional instability.
Our family courts should be the most humane and just part of our judicial system. They handle the heart of our nation, our parents and our children, at a time when they are the most vulnerable. We must confront an uncomfortable truth. Family court is often fueled by profit. We must ensure that our justice system serves families, not money, not bureaucracy, not self-interest. Because when we serve our families first, we serve the future of America.
The most common pattern with some of the worst consequences is protracting the cases interminably until the younger children reach the age of 18, which keeps the cash flow going for all parties involved. This is done by giving primary custody to the least appropriate involved parent. The consequences: abuse, kidnapping, bankruptcy, loss of homes, loss of possessions, children failing to thrive, PTSD-like symptoms, and aggrieved parents who are left with nothing but desperate measures to even see their children. I propose this solution, which is to abolish family division.
Court-appointed professionals, psychologists, guardian ad litems, parenting coordinators, they were meant to protect families. But too often, they've become paid gatekeepers of power. When a mother reports abuse, she is labeled as alienating. When a father seeks fairness, he is called aggressive. Expertise becomes a sword of slaughter instead of a shield, and justice becomes something you have to buy to survive. Let this be the generation that restored justice to the family, truth to the courtroom, and in God we trust.
Justice Brandeis once said that sunshine is the best disinfectant, the electric lamp the most efficient policeman. So keeping things secret encourages, emboldens abuses just by itself. No reason why state legislatures can't demand that family court matters be held open.
Mediation first, because it's likely to probably take 80% of the cases do them quickly.
Come hold my heart. Come hold my breath.
Which gives
Come
transparency.
hold my child before the day forgets.